Ta-da. Hi guys, how are we gonna hi? Okay, so how do I get that sunlight from? I need to move this way a bit. I've got the sunlight in my face. So oh yeah, I got my coffee. Okay. So welcome, Defending Elvis Presley. Fans want the truth. I'm so sorry. I'm much later than I expected. I was waiting. I had to wait for something for my wife to do before I could go live, and I thought it was going to take like 20 minutes. It ended up taking over an hour. So sorry, guys. Let's quickly tell everyone that we're live, just quickly. I've already said it a few times, but I hope you're all well this morning. Then okay, right. Let's just go. Let's just type it to everyone. So we're going to be here a while, guys. So I know you guys are all sort of filled up with coffee and tea already, but we are going to be a while. This is going to be a reasonably long live. Is that good or bad? Right. So I'm just telling everyone we're live. I've got two topics today. Two topics. So we're going to review a YouTuber. A YouTuber that did a book review that, I'll be honest with you, I am not happy about. I'm gonna do this book review from a kind point of view. I'm not going to be mean, but I am gonna disagree with many of the things this book reviewer said. We're also going to talk about the dreaded salt tablets that Elvis took to sweat. Now, remember, in my opinion, Elvis never needed any help to sweat. He was naturally a sweaty person. Everyone knows this, yeah? Right from the beginning, right from the 1950s. So I have always massively disagreed with anyone that brings up this salt tablet thing that Elvis took to sweat. And pure coincidence, a couple of days ago, Billy Smith gets interviewed, and what does he get asked? Does Elvis take salt? Did Elvis take salt tablets to sweat on stage to look sexy? So it's going to be a fun one, guys. Do you guys remember I actually had a disagreement with Elvis is the Man, the YouTube channel, Elvis in the Man, about this topic because he had posted a video saying that Elvis sweats on stage and took salt tablets. So I did a post disagreeing. So then he come back saying that we were wrong. He didn't actually say our name. And then a few months later, he posted another video. Elvis is the Man posted another video saying, haha, I've got more proof that Elvis did take salt tablets. Yeah, so this is a while back now. And then what happens? Billy Smith, who spent his life with Elvis every day, clearly says that Elvis, in his own words, did not ever need salt tablets to sweat because he was naturally sweaty. Billy Smith. So we've had the last laugh, haven't we, guys? Because it doesn't get better than Billy Smith. But we're going to go into it before. So these are the two topics. And I just want you to know the YouTuber that we are reviewing their book review of From Here to the Great Unknown is, and I have let them know, and they're probably not going to be happy with me because my book review, no, my review of their review, I'm just trying to find it. I've probably lost it now, guys. Is basically, I just think they're not going to like it. but I'm still going to try and be kind as we go through it. So it's typical. I've been watching so many videos this morning that it's disappeared. Right, there. Where are we? Where are we, guys? I think I'll just type in From Here to the Great Unknown book review, and it will come up. Where are you? So how is everyone this morning? Right, I got it. Hey friends, welcome back. So this is the YouTube channel we're going to review. It's called Beyond Graceland. Beyond Graceland. Yeah? We're going to review her book review. Now, the problem we've got, guys, is that her book review isn't a book review, because she spends a large part of her book review basically telling us off for defending Elvis, telling the fans off, not Team Elvis, telling the fans off for defending Elvis, for having strong opinions about Priscilla. So it isn't actually a book review. What it should be called is, so she calls it From Here to the Great Unknown, an honest review. Yeah. But then she should have added to that title, oh, and I'm going to tell the Elvis fans off for having opinions about Priscilla. That would be a more honest title. Right, now before we do any of this, I'm going to read some of your comments and apologize for taking so long. In case you're new to this channel, it's Defending Elvis Presley. Fans want the truth. We have Team Elvis here, and together we are a growing family that defend Elvis and his bloodline. We defend Elvis and his bloodline. So bloodline means includes Riley, Finley, and Harper, Elvis's grandchildren. It includes, of course, Gladys and Vernon, and of course, beautiful Lisa Marie Presley, and obviously Elvis. So we know that all of these people that we defend can make mistakes and have not been led perfect minds. We don't hold them up like gods. They're human beings. We fully accept these people are normal, just like us, with talent. So we don't godlike hero worship these people. We just try and give our honest take on their lives. That, you know, of course, their talents as well. So let's just so I'm Louis and I'm 57. I'm in Southwest UK. We have Team Elvis around the world. We are all around the world. Half of you are in America, loads of you are in Australia, Canada, loads in United Kingdom. I've noticed the United Kingdom people are growing now. So I'm going to just quickly run through your comments. Now, I have had a few words with SK. I'm not sure if SK is on. I just want to just see if he is. We're going to wake Deborah up. Just let her know. Right, we're live. So let's come on. We got to wake Deborah up, can't we? Right. Wakey, wakey, Deborah. Shh. She's in the land of the dreams. So I know for many of you, it's middle of the night. I just want to say to anyone waking up later to this live stream, good morning. Hope you had a good night's sleep. Get yourselves a nice coffee. We've just had a long live stream. We're doing a bit of time travel now, aren't we? This is Team Elvis beaming back 5 hours or forward. Morning to you. Hope you had a good night's sleep. Get yourself a tea or a coffee. Come and watch our live stream that we did when you were asleep. Right. So let's just think. Right. God, thank you. Right. So you guys have been chatting this morning. So we've got Jean and Pamela and Jane, Teresa. I'm so sorry that I'm so late. Karen, Linda Cudden, Greg Atkins, David Lowman. I think that's everyone. Let's have a look. Oh, Salvatore. Hi, Salvatore. If I've missed anyone, I'm very sorry. I think that's everyone. Let's have a look. Oh, yeah, Jane is on as well. Let's have a look. Vibex. Hi, Vibex. Now, Vibex wants me to read a letter out, but it doesn't fit this topic. So, Vibex, I'm going to read the letter out on the next live when it fits the topic, because this topic is completely away from the letter. The letter that Vibex wants me to read out is a letter written to a fan saying that Elvis is okay, that he's got over Priscilla, that he's moved on from Priscilla, yeah, and that his health is good. Now, I will just say this, Vibex, because he wrote this letter when Elvis was very unwell, I don't think what Vernon was saying, it was completely correct. I think he was covering up a little bit. But we're going to read that on the next live when we're more on topic. But Vibex said she's going to send me a coffee. Vibex, thank you if you're going to send me a coffee. So any of you guys that have sent me a coffee, thank you so much. All right, SK is on. SK, we are going to bring up your comment. I hope you don't mind. Let's have a look. Let's keep going. Now, me and SK have been talking about the salt tablets. Now, remember, I fully respect people to have different views than me, different opinions. Just because I run a YouTube channel called Defending Elvis doesn't mean I'm right. I could be wrong, guys. Many of the things I say could be wrong. It's just for entertainment purposes. It's just my opinions. Now, I do like to think that my style of doing this Defending Elvis YouTube channel, which I'm very proud of. I'm very proud of Team Elvis. I'm very lucky and fortunate with Team Elvis. I do, how can I say? I try to think outside the box. I try to read between the lines. So if I watch an interview, someone famous talking about Elvis, I won't just listen to the words. I'll listen to if they're trying to say something between the lines. Yeah. Who's good for that? Who's good for saying one thing but meaning another thing? Priscilla. Coincidence. Priscilla is very good at saying one thing but meaning another thing. Yeah. Now, for example, that, you know, when she was unfaithful with Steve Peck, the dance instructor, do you remember I reread it and we replaced the words dance with the word sex? And then you see it differently. Some people in their interviews, in their books, say one thing but mean another. Now, Priscilla is great for writing things, but she's trying to manipulate us as readers. As readers, she's hoping that our opinions get changed. So remember, you know my feelings on this book, that this was rewritten by Priscilla, a rewriting of history to make the public feel that she was a victim and that Elvis was the bad guy. So I think she goes out of her way very carefully to manipulate the public to think and see things from her point of view. She's very clever with it, because I think the public were tricked into believing most things in this book. I do think that for decades, for up to over 30 years. But as we the public, as our eyes have started to open and we've become less blinkered, and I don't mean that as an insult, we've started to realize that we have been tricked, misled, yeah, conned, brainwashed, call it what you want, into believing a story that isn't true. Elvis had nothing to do with this book. Elvis was not included in the making of this book. He was dead for 7 years. Priscilla was a divorcee, not a widow. When Elvis died, Priscilla had been divorced from him for up to 4 years, maybe longer. Yeah. So this book was written by a divorcee that had been seriously unfaithful and that had had a very brutal, bitter divorce from Elvis. So the reason I'm talking about this is because when we go on to review this YouTube channel, I want you to bear that in mind. Yeah. So let me just remind you guys. I've got my coffee. Don't forget. I just want to remind you guys that of the person we're reviewing. So so I think the channel is called. Oh, by the way, I have posted a salt tablet video, which I'm going to play as well. Now, I'm not rushing, guys, because we're in no hurry. We're in no hurry. Let's have a look. Let me just... okay. Let's just get her up. You guys are firing out those comments. Right, I'm going to try and read them. So let's just remind you. Beyond Graceland. Beyond Graceland. And I have invited her. I'm going to say it again. We've just started the live if you want to join us. We've just started the live if you want to join us. Live if you want to join us. Okay, so I'm doing this from a place of kindness. I'm not gonna. I'm gonna use this review from here to the Great Unknown review. Yeah. Now I tend to get hold of things and use them to defend Elvis. Yeah. So like this book, I know many of you hate this book. Many of you wouldn't read it, don't want to read it, class it as trash. But this is one of the best things I can do to defend Elvis. This book has so many things in it that help me defend Elvis. So even this review, I'm really, what's the word? I massively disagree with many of the things in this review. Yeah. But I use it to defend Elvis. I use this lady's comments, and I have complete respect for this lady. I'm sure she's lovely, but I use her words to defend Elvis, because my attitude is, if you're gonna criticize the Elvis fans, if you're gonna criticize people that are upset with Priscilla, then you're gonna get a backlash. You're gonna get a return. So I am returning. This is my answer to this review. Now I don't know her name, but let's have a look, see if it says her name. So I like to call people by their names. No, she just writes, here are my thoughts on Lisa Marie's autobiography From Here to the Great Unknown and a review of Riley's book tour. But it isn't just that. She tells us off. She actually tells us off. Yeah. And we had this with Sally Hoddle. Do you guys remember when Sally Hoddle told us off? Sally Hoddle is the author of the book Destined to Die Young. Yeah, the book that talks about Elvis's medical history and problems. But then Sally Hoddle tells us off in one of her videos that we can't defend Elvis, that defending Elvis is wrong, that Elvis wouldn't want it. And I think she's saying this as well in this. Don't forget, Sally Hoddle has also brought out a recent video that I want to review that says that you can't die from a broken heart. Yeah, you can't die from a broken heart. This is Sally Hoddle, the book author of Destined to Die Young, and we're going to review that, but not today. So anyway, the way I'm going to review this video, I'm going to start at the end and work backwards. Yeah. So I'm going to just play a couple of minutes at the ending, but we're going to talk about the salt thing first. Yeah. Now I'm going to also try and see if I can look at some of your comments. So welcome to Defending Elvis, guys. Now remember, I'm not creating hate. I'm not hateful to this person. I'm not a Priscilla hater. we defend Elvis by exposing Priscilla's wrongdoing. We come from a place of truth. So if this woman watches this back, I want you to know I don't hate Priscilla. I'm not a Priscilla hater. We're not a Priscilla hate channel. But we love Elvis and his bloodline, and we want to defend him. We want to expose all of the wrongdoing, especially from this book. We're not going to ignore the wrongdoing that Lisa Marie put in this book, that Riley Q kept in this book. It won't just be swept under the rug because you think we shouldn't do it. Yeah? So, there's other, just a quick mention here. This has been brought up a few times, this book, not just by SK, but also Angie was covering this book. Angie from Angie's Tea and Tarot. This book, guys, is saying some pretty brutal things about Elvis. So when we talk about Linda Thompson, I like Linda Thompson. She's a lovely person. She always speaks highly of Elvis, but she did put things in this book that she shouldn't have. Hi, Renee. Thank you. She did put things in this book that she shouldn't have. There's some pretty horrible things in here about Elvis. A little thing called love. So we're trying to be honest and open, and we're trying to be straight to the point, a matter of fact. Linda is no angel with Elvis, but she has also done a lot of good. She has also done a lot of good. And I do like Linda Thompson. I just want to make that clear to you guys. But if you really want to know some brutal truths about Linda, you need to read this book. The first 160 pages. Linda sent me this. Linda did. Thank you, Linda. Right. Anyway, Hidden Minds just bought me a coffee. Hidden Minds, thank you so much. That's so kind of you. We know Hidden Minds at the moment is doing a new project on his YouTube channel about Elvis's medical history. So check out Hidden Minds. Please subscribe to him. His name's Renee. Hi, Renee. Hope you're well. Renee just bought me a coffee. Come on, guys. You know it. I love it when you guys buy me a coffee or send me a super thank you. It's really appreciated. If you become members, I love it. Right, we need to get on with the topic, don't we? So, right, let's just have a look. Let's have a look. Come on, guys. I'm taking too long to get to the point, aren't I? So, I just want to quickly say the new members' names very, very quickly. So, the new members are going back 8 days. We've got Lorna Brown, we've got SK, we've got Zafra Cat, Pamela Gray, Salvatore, EP Fan Forever, Ayisa Akibido, Emily V, and Aubrey Badger, and Karen Thomas. Thank you so much for becoming members. When we hit the 100 members, we're doing some special lives, guys. So I do remember Ayisa was asking me when we're going to go live. So I just wonder if I can tell her. Let's have a look. Ayisa, are you on? Let's have a look. Look. I'm sorry, Ayisa, I can't find you on my posting, which is weird because you've messaged me, haven't you? Let's have a look. I know a lot of you are asleep, aren't you? No, I can't see her on there. Diana, let's tell Diana. Oh, there you are. Ah, you are on. Okay. I just quickly told Diana. Is Linda Cudden on? Linda, are you on? Yeah. Nice coffee, guys. I do need to warm it. So what I'll do, I'm going to play the last couple of minutes of the book review. The girl, I don't like the fact that I don't know her name. Now her channel, actually, guys, just want to be honest, her channel seems really good. It's like she reviews lots of books. She goes into close-up detail of Gracelands and how it was decorated through the different decades. She goes through the Elvis movies. she's quite a new channel. Her top 10 favorite movies. What the Elvis's real bedroom at Audubon Drive. Elvis mystery recording sessions. She does a question and answer. So I actually like the videos that she's made. Now, I don't think she's made that many, but I like her channel. I actually think her channel, it's got 369 subscribers. Yeah. I like her channel. It's professionally put together, much more professional than mine. Yeah. I'm just in the lounge, guys. I'm not slating her channel. I think her channel beyond Greystand looks good. Yeah. Let's just look at the one. It says, what are Elvis's best movies? Let's click on it.
So today I want to talk about Elvis movies, and specifically ranking all of his movies in what order I think are my favorites. And really just because I like talking about Elvis, anything Elvis, anything that has to do with his movies, his music, Graceland, of course, anything and everything Elvis. And so I just felt like I wasn't.
That says it all. Yeah, she's an Elvis fan. The mistake she's making, she needs to allow us as Elvis defenders to defend Elvis. As long as we don't do it in a hateful way, she needs to allow us to do it. And when I start going through the review, you're going to understand. Yeah. So let's just jump forward a little bit. Let her talk about a movie just quickly.
It's kind of why that one comes in last for me. I've only seen it a couple of times. It's not one that I just sort of think about and say, oh, haven't seen that in a while. Let me put that in. It's not really one of those. And there for a while was actually hard to find on DVD, but you can actually find them, and not for too much money. I think they've packaged them where you get like 3 or 4 movies in one, and that one's included on there.
See, a little bit more.
This scene doesn't really make any sense. It did make, listen to this, it made the 100 most enjoyable bad movies ever made. I mean, that kind of
okay, so she's pretty brutal and honest on her reviews. Do you know what? We may review that one day, because I'm interested to know her views on these different movies and our views, and we can compare, can't we, guys? So, okay, now what I'm going to do, because I am trying to speed along here, because
back to the channel,
we got a lot to go over, guys. We're going to be here quite a long time, so I know that I'm delaying you, and also I've had a lot of comments here from you guys. I wanted to try and scan through them. So I'm going to play the ending of this, warm up my coffee, then I'm going to come back and we're going to talk about the salt tablets.
She basically compared herself to Riley every chance she could. Sora Nashville pronounces. They kept telling them, walked in, they were doing, I wish we could have stood in line, not wanting to do that. Anyway, I guess with that, all of that to say, I hope you got something out of this video. I know it wasn't like the most upbeat about Priscilla and about the people that were.
Right, let me just.
I don't understand it. I really don't. And I want to be like, you're judging somebody that's about Priscilla. And I just felt like I needed to take this video. I know it wasn't like the most
Right, guys, I'm going to play the ending of it. Yeah. Now, I always, how can I say it? I'm trying to say it in a kind way. It always annoys me when we're being told off. It bugs me. If we, Team Elvis, Elvis fans, not just our channel, any Elvis fans that have strong views about Priscilla and want to defend Elvis and Lisa and Riley and the twins, because let's face it, the damage Priscilla is doing is to the whole family. Yeah, not just to Elvis. I don't like being told off. I don't like being told off. It bothers me because I think we're adults here. If we want to have opinions on Priscilla, as long as we do it with respect, with no hate, and we're just exposing facts, yeah? Because that's what I do. I expose facts. I read between the lines. I think outside the box. The end goal is to show Elvis for the true person that he was, and to show that Elvis has been unfairly treated for decades and decades and decades. Right, I'm going to play the ending.
Video that I've made, but I just felt like I needed to take the time to say those things about Priscilla and about the people that I don't understand it. I really don't. And I want to be like, you're judging somebody that you have no idea who they are. You only know them through what lens you want to see them through. Because there's all these lenses, when somebody is well-known celebrity, you've got a million different lenses that you can see that person through, because this person made a video on them. This person did an article on them. This person did a movie on them. This person did, a book on them. Like, you have all these different lenses, and you take those as fact and how it is. And I feel like if those people actually wanted to understand instead of hate on someone, then you would have just taken the time to just comprehend the sentence a little bit and be a little bit mindful and think of all the other people out there who may have gone through the same situation. And it would be pretty upsetting if you were to go and say something bad about somebody who's comparable to them in the same situation as being evil. Come on, don't do that. All right, y'all, pick this book up. It's fantastic.
Right, I wanted to play the ending. Now, I say this respectfully. She tells us off. She talked to us like we're children. Yeah. And look, if you don't get why we defend Elvis, if you don't get it, then I don't get you, because Elvis has been so badly treated by so many people. But the standout person is Priscilla. Obviously, there's others as well. But we love Elvis. We love Elvis's bloodline. We love Elvis's daughter, Lisa Marie. We miss her. So when we have spent decades, because many of the people here have spent decades watching the mistreatment of Priscilla towards Elvis. Don't forget, we've done a lot of research between us. We know about the unfaithfulness, the money grabbing, the cruelty to Lisa Marie. We now know about the alleged allegations with Michael Edwards, and the fact that Priscilla was around, when this was going on. We don't blame Priscilla that what Michael Edwards allegedly did, but she has to take some responsibility. It's her daughter. It was Priscilla's boyfriend. Priscilla, from what we're reading in this book, was a bit of a party animal, was taking cocaine, was after men. Now remember, Priscilla has accused Lisa of all these things. She even said it in the book signing at Graceland's. So my point is, we as Elvis fans will not be told off. We will not be told what we can and can't say, what we should and shouldn't say. I don't think it's fair to belittle us and call us haters because we have opinions of wrongdoing from Priscilla or from anyone. Well, I'm not a hater. I don't hate Priscilla. I think she's made some serious mistakes. I think she should be investigated as a mother towards Lisa Marie, because I think she's made some very serious mistakes to do with Scientology, to do with allowing Lisa Marie to be around an alleged predator. And even Priscilla put her career first and would go off to make movies, whatever it was, modeling, promoting fragrances, enhancing her own career, getting spotlight, being in the tabloids, being in the magazines. Lisa Marie was left home with Michael Edwards. So it doesn't make us haters that we want to talk about it. But what we won't do is just ignore it. We won't brush over it and go, oh, that's okay, because Michael Edwards was abusive. So we just won't talk about it, because he was also abusive towards Priscilla. So we'll just forget about it. We won't do that, which is what this girl says. Right. But before we jump onto that, I do want to quickly play this salt tablet video. And then I want to just quickly, briefly discuss the salt tablet thing. Then we're going to make this girl's review the topic of today's live stream. Okay, guys? So I told you it's going to take a while. So now I just want the girl to know, in case she's watching, I don't mean any hate towards you. This is done from a place of kindness. But we are grown-ups. We're grown-ups. We're going to say how we feel. Doesn't make us all haters. Okay, right. So let's get this. So I made this quickly this morning. Now, SK, I want you to know, SK is on. SK, who runs the channel Elvis Police. Please subscribe to SK. I think his channel is going to be great. He's made a few videos. He's one of our subscribers, and he's really helpful with his research and his the things that SK sends me. I'm very grateful. You're helping me to defend Elvis. When you guys do your research and send your information to me, it really does help me out. So I like SK. I have no problem with SK. But what it is, it's a bit of a coincidence. Let's read the comment out. Yesterday, someone sent me the Billy Smith interview, where Billy Smith clearly says Elvis did not take salt tablets to sweat on stage, to look sexy on stage. So I was doing a video today on that. I'd already found the video section of the Billy Smith's brilliant channel. Is it Elvis Fans Matter? Yeah. And I knew I was going to cover this story today. Now, there is a bit of back history. I did, when I saw the YouTube channel, Elvis is the Man, post a video saying that Elvis used salt tablets to sweat. I didn't like it. It bothered me. It bothered me because I felt that an Elvis channel, come on, we're here to promote Elvis, to big up Elvis, to talk well of Elvis. Elvis is the Man is a big YouTube channel. Yeah. Now, I felt that when he did a video specifically telling his viewers, his subscribers, Elvis fans, that Elvis took salt tablets to sweat, I didn't like it because I just think it's another way of making Elvis look bad, make him look odd, make him look weird. And I just thought anything that shows Elvis popping pills shouldn't come from an Elvis channel if they're being negative about him. I didn't like the fact that Elvis is the Man made that video. So I did a retaliation video, if that's the right way to put it, saying, well, I don't think it's true. I've always thought of Elvis as a very sweaty man. Not just that, he's performing under hot lights in packed rooms with hundreds of thousands, even thousands of people in the audience. He dances non-stop. He never stops moving. So Elvis was naturally sweaty, and working within the entertainment industry, everything he did made him sweat. Obviously, if we jump ahead to the jumpsuits, that made him sweat as well. But Elvis is the Man was specifically talking about, I think, 1969, I think, yeah. So when I did my video that said, come on, Elvis doesn't need salt tablets to sweat. Even some of you have proved that salt tablets don't make you sweat. So just the whole thing I thought was ridiculous. So then he posted, Elvis is the Man, then posted another video saying, ha ha, I've proved you wrong. I'm right, you're wrong. And then he quoted a few, Jackie Wilson, he quoted Larry Geller, and he quoted a book, I think Larry Geller's book. So quite a few of you have come back to me with this thing about Jackie Wilson, Larry Geller, and a few other bits where it's been in different books. Now, I just want you guys to know my view on interviews and books. Some of the interviews are just repeating stuff they've heard that was said to them. Some of the books are just repeating stuff, hearsay, that has been repeated again and again. Now, I only believe things if it's from the horse's mouth. And even if it's from the horse's mouth, they have to have sat there and watched him physically put a salt tablet in his mouth. So one of the examples is Larry Geller. Now, Larry Geller does repeat this salt tablet thing, but he wasn't there when Elvis did it. Larry Geller does not say, I saw Elvis put a salt tablet in his mouth to sweat. So not everything we're being told is factual. It actually happened. There is things that have been repeated again and again and again and again, slightly twisted over the decades, yeah? So we don't really know the truth. So when I hear Billy Smith saying he did not take salt tablets to sweat on stage to look sexy, to make him sweat, right. Now we've got something from the horse's mouth, someone who was with him regularly all the way through his life till the day he died, who would have known if he was taking salt tablets, even in the 50s and 60s, to sweat. So I'm telling you now, guys, he did not take salt tablets to sweat. Right. But I want to read SK's comment, and I'm going to read some of the comments here, so it all ties in together. Now, I did take a picture of it. Let's have a look. So SK, just, you know, is just being helpful. And SK probably notices his, let me just find the comment. I know a lot of you are talking about the Lucy book at the moment, aren't you? A lot of you are talking about Lucy, Elvis's so-called secret child. So we are going to cover that, but on a different, I think we're going to do the Lucy stuff on a different live stream, yeah? Right, let me just find it a minute. Bloody lost it now. Let's have a look. There we go. Let me find it. Okay. I've definitely got it because I used it to make my video. Right. So SK, I'm not trying to put you on the spot. I mean this in a kind way. So SK obviously has found one of my older videos that I've reposted on my video channel talking about the salt tablets. Yeah. Now, SK just says to me what has been said to me about 20 times, and I mean that with respect. Years ago, I read something about Elvis and Tom Jones, and Elvis talking about Tom Jones soaking wet with sweat and how great that is as part of the performance and connecting with fans. Elvis taking salt pills wouldn't surprise me at all. Well, I'll tell you now, SK, it bloody would surprise me, because he was a bloody sweaty man. He sweated all over the place, yeah, in very hot, uncomfortable places and clothing, yeah. And he was naturally a sweaty person. This has been proved a few times. So to shove salt tablets in his mouth to sweat just literally is, my common sense completely says it's laughable that he would take salt tablets to sweat. But that is my opinion. I mean, no offense. Yeah. Another case where it would be surprising is if he didn't take salt pills at the time when he saw it was safe to do so, especially knowing how much he took note of and appreciated sweating as much as possible for his fans. Well, SK, no offense, but you say, I'll read it carefully. Another case where it would be more surprising is if he didn't take salt pills at the time when he knew it was safe to do so. Now, how would anyone know if taking salt tablets was safe to do so? As far as I can tell, it isn't. I'm no doctor. But then you say he knew it was safe to do so. How would Elvis know it was safe to do so? Now, I'm putting you on the spot a little bit. I ask you, how would Elvis know it was safe to take salt tablets? And then you say, and he appreciates sweating as much as possible for his fans. I don't think Elvis appreciated sweating as much as possible for his fans. I don't agree with that. So now when I read the comments, guys, I always try to see if the person is trying to lead the way. So no offense to SK, but you're almost putting words in our mouths. You're sort of saying Elvis knew it was safe to do so. Elvis wanted to sweat to his audience. I disagree. I disagree. No offense, I disagree. And it's interesting that Jackie Wilson, who had told Elvis he took salt tablets before performing to Sweat, like, now I've read this Jackie Wilson story. I've read it many times. It isn't 100% definite that Jackie Wilson did this, said this. We don't know for definite that Jackie Wilson took salt tablets to Sweat. We also don't know that he said it to Elvis. It is a hearsay thing that has been repeated. There's no one there that was there when it was said. Yeah, I've read the different books and the different clips. It isn't 100% correct. And then it says, like, the chicks love it, according to Larry Geller book that you referred to. Now Larry Geller, I know I've been told many times that it was in his book. I think someone sent me the clip and I've read it. He doesn't say that he saw it happen. Now, the other thing I say is this. How can I explain it? The chicks didn't love Elvis because he was sweating all over the stage. Yeah, whether it be the 50s or the 60s, because I think this salt tablet thing is more referring to the 60s. Yeah, they loved Elvis because he was flipping hot, talented, beautiful, amazing mover, have the best charisma with the audience you could ever imagine. It had nothing to do with him sweating. Nothing. Yeah, he did sweat like all performers. All performers in a packed room on stage with lighting shining down on them, dressed in the way that they dressed, dancing and moving the way they do, were sweating all over the place, not because of salt tablets. So I know I'm quite brutal, quite blunt on how I say this, SK, but I really am quite passionate about it, because when I went over this, when we were having the disagreement with Elvis is the man, I was a little bit offended with Elvis is the man's reaction, because he's not prepared to accept that he may be wrong. He's not prepared to go, do you know what? Maybe he didn't need salt tablets to sweat. He was too, like, on his high horse. Now, I try to do it in a friendly way. But the thing is, Billy Smith saying it didn't happen, that should be good enough for anyone. That should be good enough. If Billy Smith said it never happened, and his wife's there, who was also around in those days, she doesn't remember it ever happening, I think it's true, guys. So I think that's as good proof as we're ever going to get. So I don't care about Larry Geller's book. I don't care about what Jackie Wilson may have said. I don't think he did say it. I don't care any evidence that is given to me to prove that he took salt tablets. I think it's bullshit. I think my own common sense, my own thinking outside the box says it never happened. It never happened. It's just another thing that makes Elvis look weird. Saying that Elvis took salt tablets to sweat makes him look weird. It's another oddball thing. And I pick up on anything that is trying to make Elvis look odd. I am going to defend. I'm going to dispute, defend, and I'm going to get on my high horse and I'm going to go, no, that isn't fair. That isn't fair. Because many of the things that are being said about Elvis are unfair to him. He doesn't deserve it. He does not deserve it. And we will come across different things where I disagree with the fans. I disagree with some historians, because I just think some things that are being said and people have been repeating, is it called Chinese whispers, for 40 odd years, are just wrong, are just cruel. And my common sense, my thinking outside the box is always going to jump in there and go, I don't care what any of you say. I don't think it's right. I want to defend Elvis. I will always come back to that. So, bit long-winded, guys. So before I play the video, I'm going to quickly check your comments. I know there's quite a few. I did want to actually I'm going to heat up my coffee. I'll just very quickly try and read SK's comments. So SK, I have no idea if Elvis ever took salt tablets. Just say it, they just so, and he knew about them and admired excessive sweating on stage for the best performances. So we may never have felt that. I massively disagree with that comment, SK. massive. I'm passionate about disagreeing with it, because what you say is, okay, we definitely do not know if he took salt tablets. Okay, we both agree on that. Now, just saying that the salt and he knew about them and admired them, no, we don't know that. We don't know that he knew about them. We don't know that he admired excessive sweating. I actually think saying that Elvis admired excessive sweating is a bit degrading to Elvis. Seriously, guys, come on. Why would Elvis admire excessive sweating? I'm sorry, I really don't agree. I'm really sorry. Right. Let's have a look. Right, so let's have a look. I'm just trying. Oh, Vivek has sent me a video. Okay, we'll look at that later. Vivek, later on, the next live stream, we're going to pick up your few bits of information and we're going to go through it, okay? Let me just scan. I'm just scanning through. I'm concentrating on any comments that are to do with salt tablets. Yeah. All right. So Hidden Minds is working on his medical videos, which is great. Let's have a look. SK, of course, Elvis sweat plenty on his own. To sweat excessively intentionally isn't odd or foul play in any way. If he ever did, we can't ever be certain. It's no big deal either way. Yeah, I agree. It's not. Do you know what? Actually, I don't agree. It is a big deal. And I tell you why, SK? I'll tell you why I think it's a big deal. Because anything that makes Elvis look bad that may not be true is not fair. So it's a big deal to me. It's a big deal. And that's especially when Elvis is the man, a very large YouTube channel, made a massive point of it, and even came back, I think, did 3 videos in total trying to verify that he was right when he's not, when it was unfair to him, where it just made Elvis look bad. So Elvis is the man. If you ever watch my videos, you're out of order, mate. Out of order. And but I say that with respect, because I actually do enjoy some of Elvis is the Man's videos. I quite enjoy. I haven't got it in for Elvis is the Man's YouTube channel. I've got it in for when he suddenly picks a topic and makes Elvis look bad. That's what I don't like. Remember, we are called Defending Elvis. Now, Elaine mentions the jumpsuits. I do think Elvis is the Man was talking about pre-jumpsuits, before jumpsuits, yeah? So just before he did the first Vegas concert, just before that, yeah? I'm not definite. We're starting to wonder if it was early one thing. It's not crazy or worth freaking out about if Elvis ever put tablets of salt in his mouth. Do you know what, Michelle? Of course, all of us are entitled to our views. I can't see Michelle's comment. Let's have a look. I'm just trying to find it. Salvatore. Has Salvatore been... So I'm just trying to go through the comments, guys. No, I can't find it. Sorry. I'm trying to rush through because I want to get on to the next topic. Let's have a look. Where are we? Where are we? Loads. Right. So many comments, guys. I'm really sorry that if I've missed any of your comments. Ooh, Elvis Evolution. I'd love to go, Elaine. I have to get permission from my wife. Okay, I think we're catching up with the comments. Elvis worried about his performance, not something as dumb as how he sweated. I do think it's ridiculous, but okay. I love reading all this. Right, okay. Right, so now I'm going to play the video that I made this morning. So SK says, why is it degrading for Elvis to have admired Tom Jones for sweating excessively during his performance? It's a beautiful thing to give it your all to fans. I'll tell you why, SK, because it's not true. It's not true. Elvis did admire Tom Jones. They were very, very close. Best friends, yeah? They did a lot together. They holidayed together. I know all about how they met, the friendship they had. We've done loads of videos on Tom Jones with Elvis. But to say that Elvis admired Tom Jones for sweating excessively is ridiculous. Elvis did not admire Tom Jones for sweating excessively. I'm sorry. That's just ridiculous. Now, if you reworded it and said Elvis admired Tom Jones as a singer, as a performer, his music, his vocal ability, the way he could sing gospel songs, the way he responded to an audience, because Tom Jones was amazing, amazing. Yeah, we know that Elvis would visit Tom Jones regularly. They would visit each other. Yeah, now that's one thing. But to say, why is it degrading for Elvis to have admired Tom Jones for sweating excessively? It's just rubbish. Seriously, I'm so sorry that I'm coming across a bit rude, but I'm so sorry. But no, I'm sorry. And I have to speak my truth. I have to speak my truth. I can't go, I tell you what, to keep you all happy, I better be careful what I say. I'm only going to say what pleases you guys. I can't do that. I have to speak from the heart and be as truthful as I can be. Otherwise, I'm just a fake. If I'm going to sit here and only tell you what you want to hear, if I'm only going to agree with everyone, if I'm going to say yes to everyone, all the subscribers, all the Elvis fans, I'm not doing my job. I have to. We're defending Elvis Presley. I'm the person that is speaking. Yeah, I have to say what I think. Otherwise, I may as well just go and sit in a room on my own. Yeah, I'm gonna be honest. I can see how SK is probably not happy with me and my views on salt tablets, on my views on how some fans want to repeat lies about Elvis. Yeah, but we're called defending Elvis. We're called defending Elvis. I have to do it. Have to do it. But there's no hard feelings. There's no hard feelings. It's just me being honest as I can be. So, I really want to find the story of Elvis talking about Tom Jones' sweat now. Okay, SK, that's fine. But even if you do find a story, yeah, remember it was in Larry Geller's book. There's another book that it was in. I can't remember the name of the book. And the story about Jackie Wilson has been repeated again and again and again. You'll find it. You just Google it. Go to Google. No, because all right, 1 second. Go to Google and you'll find loads of stuff about Larry Geller saying it. You'll find the clip that it was in Larry Geller's book. Yeah, you'll find the Jackie Wilson story will be repeated again and again. Yeah, but what really matters is, did it happen? What really matters, like you've just said, what did Larry Geller lie about? Well, I'm not calling Larry Geller a liar. I think Larry Geller is repeating stuff that isn't true. There's a difference. Yeah. Now, I'm going to now play you the video that Billy Smith, who was with Elvis every day through the 50s and 60s, right till the day he died, clearly says he did not do it. So that's it. So bringing up Larry Geller, bringing up Jackie Wilson, bringing up any book, any interviews that say it is irrelevant, because Billy is telling the truth. Billy, who basically more or less lived with him, Billy and his wife, who were with Elvis nearly every day through his life. It didn't happen. It didn't happen. That is all that matters. That is all that matters. Let's have a look. Before I play the video, does anyone here, there's 38 people watching, does anyone here think that Elvis took tablets to sweat on stage? Anyone? Does anyone believe it? Now, if you do believe it, I fully respect that. We're all entitled to believe what we want. But does anyone here believe it? Elvis, I saw Billy. He just said Elvis sweat a lot on his own, and he never saw Elvis take a salt pill. Yeah, that's it. That's all we need. That's all we need. Right. Okay. Now remember, he was with Elvis all the time. Okay, I'm going to play the video now because I do want to move on to the next topic. So I'm going to play this video, warm my coffee up. Now, I just want to say to SK, if I've offended you, I apologize. I have nothing against you. You're very important to me. You're a very important subscriber and member. I highly respect your input on this channel. Yeah, you've helped me out many times with the information you've given me. Please don't take it personally. And if I have upset you, I apologize. Yeah. So, but I'm going to play this video now. I quickly put this together this morning. I was gonna. Hi guys. Right. So it just gives me a chance to quickly go and warm up my coffee. If you guys want to quickly make a cup of tea, because we've still got a little while to go, because I'm going to do the review on this channel as well, on the review of the book From Here to the Great Unknown. And it's quite an intense. The next hour is going to be a bit intense because the way I'm reviewing that YouTube channel is going to be close to the knuckle. Okay, guys? I'm not sure how well you remember. We had a bit of a disagreement with a YouTube channel called Elvis is the Man. It was going around that Elvis supposedly took salt tablets to sweat because it made him look sexier on stage. I completely disagree with this. I just think it's ridiculous. I think Elvis was a naturally sweaty man. And don't forget, on stage, you've got the bright lights, the dancing, a packed audience. Elvis didn't need any help to sweat. So pure coincidence, I was going to cover this story today because Billy Smith has recently answered this question, literally yesterday. So I was going to cover the story, and today I get a comment from one of the subscribers, who I highly respect, by the way, and SK, and I'm going to read you his comment. Years ago, I read something about Elvis and Tom Jones, and Elvis talking about Tom Jones soaking wet with sweat and how great it is part of his performance and connecting with the fans. Elvis taking salt pills wouldn't surprise me at all. Another case where it would be more surprising if he didn't take salt pills at the time when he knew it was safe to do so, especially knowing how much he took note of and appreciated sweating as much as possible for his fans. And interesting that Jackie Wilson, who had told Elvis he took salt tablets before performing to sweat like wild. The chicks loved it, according to Larry Geller's book that you referred to. So this has been in a couple of my live streams. So basically all of the comments in this comment, I've heard many, many times. They're repeated again and again. Jackie Wilson, Larry Geller, different books it was in, different people have mentioned it in different interviews. But guys, Billy Smith, remember, who more or less lived with Elvis, spent his life with Elvis, clearly says he can't ever remember a time when Elvis ever would have done that, took salt tablets to help him sweat. I personally think it's ridiculous to think that Elvis would take salt tablets to sweat. I just think it's rubbish. I don't care that it's in a book or that Larry Geller put it in his book. I just think sorry guys, back again.
Is laughable. But this is my opinion, guys. I say it with respect. Now, at the end of this short clip, I'm going to add on Billy Smith's words. So I do this in a kind, respectful way. No insult to anybody else. I just think it's ridiculous that anyone thinks that Elvis took salt tablets to sweat.
even Elvis is the man has posted a few times trying to confirm that it's true. I just think it's bullshit, guys. I think it's bullshit. Sometimes we have to just use our common sense. Thanks, guys. Love to all of you.
Did Elvis take salt pills before his concerts? Like, people say that maybe they took, sometimes people performing would take salt pills because it made them sweat more during their performance.
No, he sweated a lot.
But he sweat anyway, so he did not take salt. I mean, to me, wouldn't that drain you? I mean,
well, he was. After a concert, he was drained.
But
I don't know of any. I never heard it. No. I never saw him do it.
Oh, would you take something to make you sweat more?
Mm-hmm.
Some people do. Let's see. How was it handled?
Hi guys, I'm not sure how well. Okay. Right. Okay. So I don't want to sort of go on about this topic too much. I agree with Renee that I do think we are Elvis defenders. Yeah. So I do think that we want to come across that we're really trying to support Elvis. I think SK just said Elvis took a lot of different things before concerts. Salt is the last thing people should care about. I'm sorry, mate. I actually find that comment a bit offensive. Yeah. But I just think, why would Billy Smith lie about something like that? If Billy Smith knew that Elvis took salt tablets to sweat, he would just say, it's got no reason. It's salt tablets. It's just salt tablets. It's not heroin. It's not a street drug. It's just salt tablets. So Billy's got no reason. If Billy knew that Elvis took salt tablets to sweat, he would just say it, because it's not a big deal, is it? It's not a big deal. But I'll tell you, just to end this off before we move on to the next topic, the reason it's so important that we catch the lies is because if they're going to lie about salt tablets, they're going to lie about loads of other things. Yeah, loads of other things. So we have to pick up on the lies. Now, when you have a channel like Elvis is the Man, yeah, when you have a channel like Elvis is the Man, yeah, repeating a lie, in my opinion, yeah, repeating something that isn't true, something that doesn't make sense. Let me just let my wife in. 1 second, guys. Right, okay. Just quickly warm my tea. All right, we're back. Sorry, guys. Sorry, my wife needed to be let back in. I quickly put a tea together. Okay, let's read a few comments, then we're going to move on. I hope you guys got a cup of tea. Let's have a look. Those jumpsuits, the dancing lights, I don't think he needed any help to sweat. Let's have a look. Let me just quickly just check. I was 7 years old, Elvis passed away, and I still listening to his songs. Let's have a look. Hi, Bella. Welcome to Team Elvis. Hi, Finola. Where are we? I'm trying to catch up. Elvis was not on medication. He drank Gatorade for salt and hydration. I feel Magu 2 from Zoolander, like I'm taking crazy pills. I don't understand. Sorry, I don't understand that comment. Was Elvis not on medications? He drank Gatorade for the salt and hydration. I feel like Magutu from Zoolander, like I'm taking crazy pills. I don't understand that comment. Sorry, I don't get it. Okay, let's have a look. So we'll keep going, and then we're going to go on to the next topic. I can relate to sweating on stage. It doesn't matter if I was wearing a jumpsuit or a two-piece. Them stages are brutal. I've walked off stage. My was dripping wet. Yes. Hi, Greg. Come on, it's Elvis. Elvis was known as a sweaty man. He was known that he sweat. If you watch some of the Memphis Mafia interviews, Elvis sweated a lot all the time. He was a very sweaty person. So he didn't need help to sweat. I don't care what anyone says. He did not need help to sweat. Nothing on this planet will convince me that Elvis needed help to sweat. All right, yeah, I don't really know it, SK. Sorry. So anyway, let's move on. I think we've said enough. And again, I repeat, no hard feelings with SK. Yeah, no hard feelings. Just I am strong. I'm going to say I'm quite passionate about that particular topic because we went through it all with Elvis is the Man, didn't we? So, right, let's now move on to this review, this book review. I mean, that ended up, what I thought was going to take me 20 minutes has ended up taking an hour, which is a bit annoying but anyway, let's just get on with this review and see if we can, this was my topic for the day. Let's have a look. Here we go.
Hey friends, welcome back.
So remember what we're doing now, guys. We're reviewing this channel, which does seem like a good channel, Beyond Graceland. Yeah, so we're reviewing that. Now, it's supposed to be a book review of the book From Here to the Great Unknown, but I think she turns it into something completely different. There is parts of this that review the book, but I also think that she turns it into telling us off as Elvis fans for defending Elvis for having strong views about Priscilla. Now, I always say this to you guys. I always say this to you. We, how can I say it? We don't defend with hate. We defend from a place of love, from good-hearted people, with respect. Team Elvis, I think we have a good reputation for being fair and for being kind and friendly, welcoming, and disagreeing with the things that Priscilla has done wrong, but not from a place of hate. Yeah, I like to think that. Yeah, whenever I see hateful things happen, I tend to jump in there and go, no, we're going to try and do this with respect. Now, I have very strong views about Priscilla. I'm very upset with Priscilla. Priscilla owes us a massive apology. She owes Elvis and his family and the fans a massive apology for her wrongdoing. She should be apologizing to the media companies. She should be on Piers Morgan's show apologizing for the wrongdoing to Elvis. That's how I feel that we need a proper apology from Priscilla. Now, I know you guys, none of you think we're ever going to get it, but I'll always push for it because I think Priscilla's wrongdoing is intense. And the book From Here to the Great Unknown clearly shows that. Not just that, the different problems over the decades with Lisa Marie. Yeah, obviously how her and Elvis split up, her unfaithfulness, the divorce settlements, all stuff like that. We're very, very unhappy with Priscilla. Also with how after Lisa Marie died, that she contested Lisa Marie's wishes. Lisa Marie wanted everything she owned to go to her grandchildren. We're upset with her for that. We're also upset. I personally think that even though they did know Priscilla was going to be at the book signing event at Graceland's, I don't think she was welcome. That's just my view, guys. I don't think Priscilla was welcome. I think Riley was in a very awkward place. She had to let her in. I also think that Riley's way of speaking and defending her own mother was to make sure that all of the wrongdoing that Lisa Marie put on the tapes has been kept in this book for the world to see. I think Riley removed Priscilla from the cover of this book intentionally because it speaks volumes. It speaks volumes. I personally think Riley does have a problem with Priscilla. This is just my view. I could be wrong. I could be wrong. Right, so let's start playing this. I'm going to chop into it every now and then.
To the channel. If you're new here, I'm Emily, and this is just a channel where we can all talk about Elvis together. Of course, a lot of these videos are just my opinions. Some other ones are more of a factual thing, or at least researched and tried to be as factual as possible. But sometimes it's just opinions, and that's what this video is going to be. And I just wanted to say that up front because we're going to be talking about Lisa Marie Presley's new book. I have read all of this. I have also listened to the audio book as well. I finished the audio book in like a day and a half before I got this book because I was waiting for my copy when I attended the book tour lecture or evening with just a little question and answer hour-long thing that they've got going on the book tour. And so I've got my signed copy. I'll have some better pictures of this up so you can see. I think it's really cool. Very simple, Riley autograph. So this video is actually going to be a little bit different than I had planned. It was just going to be a review, my thoughts on this book. But after really not even purposely seeing some of the YouTube videos that have been popping up, I feel like there's something that needs to be addressed. And that is the parts on Priscilla in this book. Now, I do not have a negative opinion of anybody that is a part of the Elvis story. That's not what comes to mind.
Well, I'm going to jump in every now and then. Now, I just want you guys to know, I'm not, this woman seems lovely. I like her channel. Now, her first mistake, I think, when she starts to talk through this book review. Now, this is a book review about the book From Here to the Great Unknown. It's not I'm going to lecture Elvis fans and tell them what they should and shouldn't do. What she's going to do now is tell you guys that anyone connected to Elvis were not allowed to speak negatively about them because it's connected to Elvis, which is ridiculous. Yeah. She's also going to go on to tell us that we're not allowed to be upset with Priscilla. Let's keep going, guys.
That I need to have a negative opinion on a certain person in the whole that comes to mind, that is a part of the Elvis story.
Let me just go back a bit.
I do not have a negative opinion of anybody that is a part of the Elvis story. That's not what comes to mind that I need.
I just thought, guys, I do not have a negative opinion of anyone connected to the Elvis story, except for Elvis fans. Get it? I do not have a negative opinion of anyone connected to the Elvis story. We, the Elvis fans, are connected to the Elvis story. We, the Elvis fans, are why Elvis is still being remembered in so well today, 47 years later. So I do not have an opinion of anyone connected to the Elvis story, except for Elvis fans, because I do have a negative opinion about Elvis fans. Get it? Right, keep going, guys.
To have a negative opinion on a certain person in the whole Elvis realm, a part of the story, because they all are a part of the story. It's not my job to think negatively of someone.
Except
there's
the Elvis fans.
Way many more people who will do that for free.
Yeah, me.
And sometimes try to make money off of it. And I feel like that's what's happening right now. I have seen so many Priscilla hater videos. Like, it's crazy. And we're going to talk about that a little bit later in this video, because I want to point out some things to people who may not have the best intentions when it comes to these types of videos and being an Elvis fan. Because to me, if you're an Elvis fan, why would you be so ugly about...
Right, hang on. Whoa. I need to just jump in now. Now remember, she mentions making money. Come on. YouTube channels, they're making money out of Elvis. It's pretty standard stuff. She's trying to grow her YouTube channel to make money. Right. So then she goes on to say, really, she says it in her own words. She's basically, let me just listen to the next sentence a minute.
Being an Elvis fan, because to me, if you're an Elvis fan, why would you be so ugly?
Now, remember what she's saying, that if we defend Elvis and we expose Priscilla's wrongdoing, and there's a lot, it's all in this book. Recently in this book, in many interviews, we've seen many interviews that Priscilla has done that makes Elvis look bad. The film, Sofia Coppola's film, Priscilla, seriously makes Elvis look bad. There was a possible lawsuit about to be announced before she died, trying to prevent the making of this film, allegedly. So remember, we are now being called ugly. We are now being called ugly because we have opinions about Priscilla's wrongdoing. Let's keep going, guys.
Being an Elvis fan, because to me, if you're an Elvis fan, why would you be so ugly about the mother of his child who has passed away? It's weird. And so I think that we need to dive in a little bit deeper on that part of the book and understand and how to be I mean, you can have your own opinions, right? And if you want to have a negative opinion, hey, that is completely up to you. That is your right. But I want to see if we can be just a little bit more mindful of things. If we can understand some things deeper that I think either are just going over these people's heads or it's purposely to get a lot of views, because just look at social media these days. I mean, you post.
Right. Okay. Right. Now, do you know what? I feel like I've had quite an intense live stream today. I don't like just sitting here telling people off. Don't like it. Right. How can I say this nicely? Right. This is tough, guys, because I'm passionate about what she's saying, because she's basically saying that because we have views, really she's saying we're not proper fans. Now she brings up money. She's basically saying, you know, come on, the reason you're being hateful towards Priscilla and making videos, I think she calls it clickbait, is to get more money for your channel, to get more views. Now let me tell you something clear, guys. If I want to make videos just on making money, yeah, I'll just do loads of videos about his movies, his songs, movies about him having, you know, I would pick the videos that get the most views about Elvis are the song videos, the movie videos. They get millions of views because most people, the general public, are interested in the songs and the movies. Yeah. My channel, if you look at my channel, guys, defending Elvis Presley, and this is why I'm a little bit insulted by what she just said. She thinks I'm here defending Elvis to make money. Now remember, my defending Elvis videos get between 200 and 1,500 views per video. Yeah, 200 and 1,500 views per video on average. Yeah, if you go back, look at my lives. Now, if I post a song video, a movie video, it could get as many as 50,000 views, 10,000, 5,000, 15,000. You go and look at my shorts. You go and look at my shorts, the views I'm getting on my shorts. There's one that's had 757,000 views. There's many that have had 500,000 views. The defending Elvis topic doesn't get massive views. The defending Elvis topic gets quite a small amount of views because it's very niche. It's very niche. It's very, well, who wants to listen to Louis defending Elvis? Yeah, don't forget, there's 43 of you watching now, not 10,000. When this video ends, we'll get maybe 150 views today. Then by tomorrow, it could be 500 views tomorrow, and it will stay around that. Yeah. Us defending Elvis doesn't give us a massive boost of views. It doesn't do that. There's many other topics that we could pick, nothing to do with defending Elvis, that will get massive views. I actually, when I made the decision to become defending Elvis, I actually reduced my views. I reduced my audience. I pigeonholed myself into a niche. I have a niche now, a small niche that is defending Elvis. Yeah. So she's just talking rubbish, guys. She thinks that the only reason that we're here defending Elvis is to make money. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. When you guys send me a coffee, $2, $3, yeah, this isn't get rich money. This is just a very cute way of saying thank you to me for doing a live stream or for making a video, mainly doing a live stream. Yeah. Generally, you guys are sending me $2 or $3. Thank you so much, guys. When you buy me a coffee, I love it. But if this woman thinks that we are defending Elvis because we're making loads of money, she's in dream world. This woman is in dream world. In case you're watching, the money we make on this YouTube channel is pennies. We charge $1 a month. $1 a month for membership, and YouTube take half of it. We get 50 cents a member. We've got 63 members. Work it out. Work it out. Yeah, we ain't here for money. Anyway, let's keep going, guys. And the other thing I'm saying is this: she is talking to us like she's a school teacher. I personally think she's actually talking down to us. Yeah, belittling and calling us haters isn't fair. Isn't fair. We are just trying to get the truth out there. Yeah, trying to defend Elvis and his bloodline.
To get a lot of views, because just look at social media these days. I mean, if you post something negative, it's going to get a lot more views than something that's being seen as a positive thing or a more mindful, interaction with it. So we'll get to that. And we'll also get to the evening with. I'll tell you about my experience. I attended the one in Nashville. There's only a handful of these things, right? I think, of course, we had the Memphis one that kind of started all this mumbo jumbo. And then the Nashville one, there was a St. Louis one, New York, I think, maybe. And then she's going to London, Riley, to do one. And then maybe back to LA, and that may be it. I may be wrong, but there's not many. So I was very fortunate to get to see her speak in person. That was at Belmont, and we'll get to that. But first, let's just get an overall review of this book. I think that, it was a great cover choice. She spoke at the evening with Riley about how they went about picking this. And I think that it was a really cool choice. And she said that the reason that Elvis was in here kind of halfway is because of it was to symbolize his presence, but it was supposed to be, about Lisa Marie and her story. The title, From Here to the Great Unknown, you may know by now, is a song. I think it was the last duet that she did with him. You know how they take the old recordings and then have her record a duet part with it. And so that's really cool. The one thing that I don't like about this, and Oprah, I love you to death, but I hate when they put the book club or the award that they win. Like, if it's a sticker, that's fine. I can remove it and maybe put it on the inside. But when they incorporate it into the cover, I just can't stand that, because book covers, I think a lot about them, and I just feel like it's it's part of the whole piece of art. But Oprah's book club is not a part of the art of the work here, and so that's my beef with that. Here's what the spine looks like with the back, and then I'll put up maybe some B-roll on this so that you can see everything, and if you want to read the insert and all of that, I think that'll be fine. And so there's some pictures in here as well. I wish that they were maybe colored pictures, maybe a few more. That would have been nice. I mean, I know it's not a picture book, but a lot of times, especially in the nonfiction category, it's nice to have those pictures to go along with some of these stories. Oh, I think this is just like one of the best pictures ever. Isn't that sweet? That's such a good picture. It's a very quick read. One of the things that I'll point out, just so you know, is that this part right here, and we'll get a better shot later on, is showing you what font that when Lisa Marie is speaking. So Lisa Marie's voice will be in this font, and then Riley's voice will be in this font. So I thought that was really cool. And then the Audible version, or wherever you get your audiobooks, Julia Roberts did a fantastic job reading Lisa Marie's part. I think that's fine. I think somebody was complaining about that, but I mean, have you ever heard Julia Roberts speak? Like, she's a fantastic actress as well. Like, she did a great job with this. I thought it was a really good choice. There's also parts of the audiobook that Riley had included the tapes of Lisa Marie talking. And so if you want a really, really cool experience, you can listen to the audio version of this and read along. Or you can just get the audio version.
Get my tea, guys.
They'll all give you a great experience and a great knowledge of Lisa Marie's story, along with Riley's recollection of a lot of these memories as well. And she explains, when she is speaking, why she's filling in certain parts. I think you get all of that in the preface there. So overall, fantastic. A lot of stuff that Lisa included in a short read. Like, this doesn't take very long, and it's just so well written. And I believe a lot of it was just directly from the tapes that Lisa Marie did in trying to complete this book. There's some really cool stuff in the very beginning with Elvis. There's some unique things with Elvis. A couple of stories that I hadn't heard. One that involves a snowmobile at Graceland. So that was kind of funny. Pretty much from start to finish, though, it's a lot of heartache. There's some good stuff in here as far as good times, and more upbeat things. But you know, Lisa, she had some tragedy, some tragic things that happened in her life, and they were everlasting. And I honestly, you know, it might not have even been just up until she passed away that she started to deal with her grief and a group setting or a more therapeutic setting with other people who have gone through some similar things. It touches on all of that. And so just anybody who is an Elvis fan, a Lisa Marie fan, you'll really enjoy this book. Be mindful with it. And just, you know, these are other people's lives. And if there's something that you can relate to, then, I hope it helps you out. As far as the negative opinions go, I mean, it's probably not for you if that's just something that you can't help doing. I mean, I'm not trying to tell you to read something that's going to make you, say mean things or think mean things. I think it's something that would help you. And even if it's not something that you've ever experienced like myself, I think that you can be mindful of it and learn to be mindful of others who have gone through some similar things that Lisa Marie went through and that she's letting us all read about. She's really opening up her personal life to us by writing this book. And with that being said, get a little coffee before we jump into it. To all the people who are making the Priscilla hater videos,
right,
and if you've watched any of them.
Right, guys, obviously this is supposed to be a book review, but part of the reason I'm playing this is because she rips into us. She calls us haters. Now let's listen.
And with that being said, get a little coffee before we jump into it. To all the people who are making the Priscilla hater videos, and if you've watched any of them, first of all, I'm sorry that you have watched them. No. And I didn't even know if I was going to say anything because I don't want this channel to be a complaining channel like a lot of the other ones are, and they just want to post the negative to get views. So,
right, whoa. Right, okay. So now remember, through this video, she will dig at the Elvis defenders, not just our channel, anyone that has opinions about Priscilla, yeah? Because don't forget, the reason people are so upset with Priscilla is because of all the wrongdoing that did happen, proved wrongdoing. Not, I think it happened. It happened. There was a divorce. She was unfaithful. She did sue her own daughter after she died. Yeah, there's many things that did happen, proved things that did happen. We're not just, oh my God, let's hate Priscilla because we're evil, we're nasty. Yeah, we have a very good reason to defend Elvis. I definitely am not a Priscilla hater. That's not where we go, is it? We all come from exposing the truth, exposing what Priscilla has done wrong to Elvis. Now, remember how we became defending Elvis. Thousands of comments coming in every week telling me the wrongdoing that Priscilla did, and the Memphis Mafia, and Colonel Tom Parker, and Dr. Nick, but mainly Priscilla. This book, the wrongdoing in this book's a book of lies, in my opinion, for entertainment purposes. So we evolved into defending Elvis Presley. We're very proud. We have Team Elvis. We defend every day, twice a day. We're not Priscilla haters. We are trying to stick up for Elvis and his bloodline. Yeah. So it's all comes from that. So she literally is saying in her book review, it's not even a book review, is it? It's a let's tell the Elvis fans off that defend Elvis. Let's tell the Elvis fans off that are upset and angry with Priscilla. Let's tell them off. Yeah. That is what this is. Yeah. So let's keep going, guys. It's the exact same mistake that Sally Hoddlemate, Renee mentioned it just now.
Is everybody is trying to badmouth Priscilla because they've read some sections in here about Lisa's childhood and Priscilla's involvement in it, or lack of involvement.
Right, here we are. Let me pause that.
And
now I think, well, this is where it gets a bit serious, guys. And thank you for staying with me, because we've been on for an hour and 40 minutes. We've been on a long time. Right, this is where it gets a little bit, I think, dicey. Yeah. Now we know there's sections in the book, From Here to the Great Unknown. Let me get the right angle. We know we want justice for Lisa Marie Presley. We know that she allegedly was abused for 3-4 years by Priscilla's boyfriend, Michael Edwards, allegedly for entertainment purposes. Yeah, just our opinions. Now, this lady tries to dismiss it like it's nothing. Oh, you know, she moves on to say, well, you know, if Michael Edwards was abusive to Lisa Marie, then he was also abusive to Priscilla, which is very possible. But one doesn't cancel out the other. Saying that saying that Michael Edwards allegedly was abusive to Priscilla as well doesn't make it okay. It doesn't mean that what happened to Lisa is okay, because she's sort of saying, oh, because Priscilla also went through it, then it's okay that it happened to Lisa Marie. Now, don't forget, to Lisa Marie, we're talking about a child. Yeah, we're talking about a girl between the ages of 10 and 15, maybe 16. Yeah. And she brushes it to one side, this lady, like it's okay because Priscilla went through it as well. Now, Priscilla wasn't 10 years old when she went through it. Priscilla was a grown adult. Now, we've read now that Priscilla, when she took Priscilla away, when she took Lisa Marie to live with Michael Edwards, we now know that Lisa Marie was being left with Michael Edwards alone for weeks on end whilst Priscilla pursued her career to be in the spotlight, to be an actress, to be a model, to promote products. Yeah. Now, she was leaving Lisa Marie with a violent man, alleged violent man. Yeah. An abuser, alleged. Yeah. So it's not okay to say, well, hang on a minute, Priscilla went through it as well, because he obviously was an abusive man. It's not okay. It's not okay. She's also talking about that particular topic, like, oh, we can just forget about it because it happened to Priscilla as well. You know, the haters out there that hate Priscilla are going to focus on that. They're going to focus on the alleged abuse of Lisa Marie. Yeah. I want to say this to this girl. I'd rather speak to you and say your name. I'm really sorry I don't know your name, but you really are getting it wrong. You really are digging a hole with this review. Remember, this was a book review, yeah, of the book From Here to the Great Unknown. Remember the book From Here to the Great Unknown, Lisa Marie's book that she put on tape that Riley helped her finish. Riley, after Lisa Marie died, made it priority to get those tapes, put them in writing, create this book, turn it into a bestseller, promote it around the world. This is what Riley decided to do. Riley made sure that the negative stuff about Priscilla and Michael Edwards was in this book. In this book, she made sure of it. Yes, there are some sweet, nice stories as well that talks positively about Priscilla as well. But it's very clear in this book that Priscilla also was chasing men, taking drugs, having too many parties, whilst Lisa Marie was living with her. And also Priscilla was leaving Michael Edwards, the alleged abuser, with Lisa Marie when Lisa Marie was a child. Let's keep going, guys.
Ones are, and they just want to post the negative to get views.
Right, let's do it. Oh yeah, that's the other part. Let me just say, now remember, anybody that talks about Priscilla's, the negative stuff about Priscilla, the truthful stuff, the stuff that did happen, she's just saying that we just do it to get views. We just post the negative stuff to get views, not because it's true, not because we're trying to defend Elvis, defend Lisa Marie. Don't forget, we're also defending Lisa Marie on behalf of Riley, Finley, and Harper, because it's their mother that was abused as a child, allegedly, for entertainment purposes. It's their mother, Priscilla, that didn't remove Lisa Marie from the home to protect her against this abusive man, alleged abusive man. Did she? She went off and pursued her career, her movie career, yeah? And many other avenues of making money, being in the spotlight, yeah? So when we, as Elvis fans, want to defend Lisa Marie, in particular with this book, we're being told that the only reason we're doing it is to get views, to increase our views, yeah? To make money. Let's keep going, guys.
Channel like a lot of the other ones are, and they just want to post the negative to get views. So what I'm seeing a lot is everybody is trying to badmouth Priscilla because they've read some sections in here about Lisa's childhood and Priscilla's involvement in it, or lack of involvement, maybe I should say. And they were pissed off that she showed up, Priscilla showed up at the Memphis book question and answer evening with Riley and Nicole Richie. I mean, I'm going to say right now that that was not a surprise. They're not going to spring Priscilla on Riley as a surprise. Right, like she knew she was there.
Right. Okay. Right. Okay. Now let's go. She's jumped over to the book signing event. Right now, remember, she's a fan just like us. Yeah. She completely is saying that they knew she was coming. They knew Priscilla was going to be at the book signing event. Riley Q's book signing event, by the way, the book signing event at Grayson's that was created to promote this book, that also allowed the fans to come in and get a signed book. Yeah, the whole book signing event was for this book. No other reason. No other reason. It wasn't created so that Priscilla could talk about Lisa Marie and call Lisa Marie a druggie, a drunk, a man chaser. It was created so that the audience can listen to Riley being interviewed by Nicole Richie, discussing the making of this book, discussing her own family, discussing Lisa Marie Presley, Benjamin. Yeah, that's what it was created for, to promote this book, to help make this book a bestseller, to meet the fans, to give the fans a signed autograph. I think it was only like $50 each. It was very cheap. It wasn't a money-making thing with the audience. It was obviously with the book. That's different. You're trying to create a bestseller. Yeah. Now, I personally think Riley Q has been really pushing that book because she wants the truth out there. She wants Lisa Marie's truth out there so the world knows about it, including the wrongdoing of Michael Edwards, alleged wrongdoing, and the wrongdoing of Priscilla as a bad parent. Yeah. So she is now saying, come on, guys. They all knew she was going to be there. It's obvious, you know, and I know what she's referring to. She's referring to the pictures taken behind the scenes with Priscilla. We've all seen them. No one knows what went on. No one knows how Priscilla got in that room. No one knows. All we know is that behind the scenes stuff was going on, and eventually Priscilla does get in that room. I personally don't think anyone was going to stop Priscilla getting in that room, but it's just my view. She gets in that room, then she completely changes the whole how can I say it? The whole point of the book signing is to promote the book, to talk to the audience about the book, about Lisa's book, about Lisa's 16 tapes. That was the whole point. Priscilla doesn't do that. She walks in, she says, ha ha, who got the biggest applause? Sits down, and within minutes, she's talking about Lisa Marie in a negative way, slagging her off, calling her a druggie, a drunk, a man chaser. yeah, a difficult child that she managed to get through her childhood, her teenage years. Yeah, remember, we know that her teenage years were allegedly abusive. Yeah, then she slags off Michael Jackson. She makes the whole book signing event all about herself. She grabs her opportunity to slag off Lisa Marie, to slag off Michael Jackson. In front, remember, Nicole Richie is Michael Jackson's granddaughter. In front of Riley Keough, she slags off Lisa Marie, who is Riley Keough's mother. The grandmother slags off her dead, God rest in peace. Rest in peace, Lisa Marie, I love you. The grandmother, in front of Riley, the mother of Lisa Marie, takes the opportunity at the book signing event that was meant to promote the book From Here to the Great Unknown that Priscilla may have not read. Priscilla knew that that event was to promote the book. Priscilla should have been very proud of Riley putting in thousands of hours to create this book for the world to see the truth. But what does Priscilla do? She storms the event, in my opinion, to slag off her own daughter in front of her granddaughters. Remember, the granddaughter, Lisa Marie, is the mum. Yeah? So my point is, guys, that in my opinion, we don't know what went on behind the scenes. We don't know how Priscilla got into that room, into Gracelands. We don't know what's going on. We don't know the legalities of it. I personally feel that Priscilla was going to get in that room. It was at Memphis. It was in Gracelands, in the building in front, I think. She was going to have her say. Priscilla was going to have a moment in the spotlight and have her say, which she did. And she took full advantage to try and use the book signing event to get everyone, to get the public, the audience on her side, to make herself look like a victim of Lisa Marie. I repeat, Priscilla used the book signing event to make herself look like a victim of Lisa Marie, just like she did with Elvis. Priscilla used this book to make herself look like a victim. Priscilla, Riley Keough, Lisa Marie's book, Priscilla has tried to already, at this early stage of this book being released, is already trying to make it out as if this book was unfair to Priscilla. Now, we know this because when Navarone and Priscilla were asked about this book, Priscilla very quickly says, she bursts out laughing. She very quickly says, she sort of brushes it off a bit at first, but then she says, oh yes, you know, yeah, the book's okay. And, you know, come on, Lisa Marie, you know, she says one thing, but then changes his mind. Ha, 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 ha. And then she giggles. This weird giggle. Bursts out laughing. And then she says, oh, love her to death. Love her to death. Whilst Navarone in the background is laughing. Come on, guys. Yeah? This ain't right. This ain't normal. So my point is, Priscilla ruined the book signing event. And do I think that they knew 100% that she was going to be in that book signing? No. But do I think they thought there's a strong possibility? Yeah, but it doesn't mean they had a choice. I personally don't think they had a choice. I think she was going in that room no matter what people thought. Come on, let's get real, guys. Was anyone going to stop Priscilla walking in that room? A powerful woman with very powerful lawyers and attorneys. A woman that has been running Gracelands for nearly 40 years, guys, more. Was anyone going to stop Priscilla getting in that room and having her say and trying to change our minds about this book, all the negative stuff that had been said about Priscilla? Was anyone going to stop her? No. No one was going to stop her. So anyway, let's keep going, guys. Okay.
Kind of more of an audience reaction.
Go back a bit.
I'm going to say right now that that was not a surprise. they're not going to spring Priscilla on Riley as a surprise, right? Like she knew she was there, whether it was kind of more of an audience reaction thing. She's going to know she's there. I mean, she's that's her grandmother. She sees her a lot. They've posted very recently. I feel like the media, and I feel like a lot of things on social media, and I do consider YouTube a part of social media because some people use it as that. And there's a lot of negative talks about Priscilla, and they want to say that she tried to steal Riley's spotlight by coming out as a surprise. There's no surprise in show business, people. It's not. Have we not learned that from reality TV? It's all scripted. It's all scripted. And if you didn't know that, well, sorry to ruin that for you, but it's all scripted. So we all know.
Okay. All right. And okay. Right. Now remember, this is like this. Oh my God. I think she actually digs a hole. Yeah. Now I'm not trying to create hate for this woman. I'm trying to show her that she's wrong. Now remember, she has posted a video on YouTube for the world to see. She is airing her opinions, her views, her point of view for the world to see. So we are perfectly entitled to respond, because there's no good putting it out there if you don't want it back. Same with me. I do this video. If anybody wants to make a video and retaliate and respond to my video, that is what happens when you put yourself out there in the public arena. So I'm not trying to create hate for this woman. I do think this woman has completely got things wrong. Yeah, completely wrong. And I think Elaine said she seems brainwashed, a brainwashed Priscilla fan. Now, I actually do think that many Priscilla fans have been tricked into believing this bullshit, this book. I think many Priscilla fans, and I don't mean any offense to you Priscilla fans, because we want to change your mind. If there's any Priscilla fans watching now, I would love to try and change your mind and show you the truth. Team Elvis here with me now would love to change your mind and expose the truth. We've done lots of research, so we know we're much nearer to the truth. There was no perfect marriage. If you believe in the perfect marriage, I'll show you a picture of that. Many of you are still stuck in the past. If you guys think that there was a perfect marriage and the only reason it went wrong was because of Elvis being unfaithful and taking drugs, you are very, very far from the truth. That marriage went wrong because Priscilla was unfaithful many times and was money hungry and very ambitious. Yeah, that woman, the way she treated Elvis was disgusting. In the second divorce settlement that we have proved was cruel. Now, many of you will say, oh, he was unfaithful. Well, no. She moved to Gracelands when she was nearly 18. Elvis didn't get engaged to her until 1966, December. Anything up until that point, they were not proper boyfriend and girlfriend. Elvis was a single man. Within a year of Elvis getting married, Priscilla was unfaithful. Less than 3 months after Lisa Marie was born, less than 10 months after the wedding, Priscilla was unfaithful. It's in her book. She's admitted it in her book. Yeah? Then she's unfaithful again 2 years later with Mike Stone, the karate champion. So guys, I say to you Priscilla fans, please do your research. The divorce settlement that she did with Elvis was brutal. It nearly bankrupted him. He nearly lost Gracelands because of it. That's how brutal it was. Now remember, recently she contested her own daughter's wishes that when Lisa Marie died, her daughter, she did not want everything to be given to Riley, Finley, and Harper, her grandkids. She wanted some of it for herself. Who does that? What grandmother does that? So please understand, when we talk about Priscilla, we are talking about a very cunning, greedy person cunning, greedy, and cruel, unfaithful. We're talking about a divorcee. We're not talking about a widow. When Elvis died, Elvis and Priscilla had been divorced for at least 4 years. She gave up the name Presley and then took it back after Vernon died. There's been a lot of wrongdoing, guys. And if we talk about Elvis Presley Enterprises, a lot went on there as well. And with Gracelands. Gracelands was rented to Elvis Presley Enterprises in 2005, guys. There's some serious wrongdoing here, yeah, with Priscilla. So if you are a Priscilla fan, we want to help you understand the truth using the facts that we have, the research that we've done. Team Elvis, yeah?
And Priscilla had a difficult relationship. I think it had its ups. I think that it had its downs, obviously, but I do think that they were more cordial to each other than not. Okay, but it starts out. We'll read a little section here where Lisa's talking about how by this point in my life, my mother's role was just to be a chronic stop sign. She didn't try to talk to me, hang out with me, be a friend. I was very much in love with my father's side. They were wildly colorful people, and I related to them in ways I couldn't with my mother. Okay, but then she goes on to say, I know she tried her best. She was trying to figure things out and grow up too. And I gave her a genuinely hard time. I never yelled at her, never mouthed off to her, cussed at her, was never violent around her, anything like that. I was just despondent, extremely melancholy, moody, dark. I'm sure she had no idea what to do with that. Okay, so that sets the tone on where we're at with mother-daughter relationship here. Let's not forget how young Priscilla was when she was sort of pulled out of childhood and kind of thrown in this.
Whoa. Right, remember, this is the brainwashing, guys. Remember the sentence, pulled out of childhood. Yeah? Come on, guys. Are you getting the picture here? She believes the bullshit that Priscilla met Elvis at 14, then at 14 years old, Elvis pulls her out of childhood and takes her to Graceland and takes advantage of her and then grooms her and controls her. When we all know he met her briefly in Germany, then didn't see her for a couple of years, and that she didn't move to Gracelands until she was nearly 18. So this woman, in my opinion, thinks that Priscilla and Elvis were boyfriend and girlfriend from the age of 14. She believes that. She's done no research, guys. Let's keep going.
We're going to get into the age thing. That's not the mission here. You have your own opinions about that.
Right, hang on.
We've known it for a long.
She just said, listen to this. I'm not going to get into the age thing. I'm not going to get into that. We've known about it for a long time. She's basically saying we've known that Elvis was a pedophile and took advantage, had sex with a 14-year-old Priscilla Presley. We've known it for a long time. Lack of research, guys. Lack of research.
Let's not forget how young Priscilla was when she was sort of pulled out of childhood and kind of thrown in this other world. We're not going to get into the age thing. That's not the mission here. You have your own opinions about that.
Okay. And I just, in case you're watching and I don't know your name, I'm really sorry. Please look into this book. Please re-look at what may have happened in 1959 in Germany, that Priscilla may not have been the sweet, innocent girl that you think that she was, that Elvis pulled her out of. Please look in to your facts and understand what age Priscilla was when she moved to Gracelands. Let's keep going, guys.
We've known it for a long time. Let's be honest. Not a lot of learning parenting skills, not having a co-parent. Those are some things that we've got to be mindful of. These are real life things. These are real life struggles that happen, not just with Priscilla and Lisa Marie Presley. Okay. Then we are seeing Priscilla in an abusive relationship with somebody who obviously thinks a lot of themselves, who has a temper, who is a drug addict.
Now remember, guys, she's going to start talking about Michael Edwards now. She's just saying he's a drug addict, he's got a bad temper, he's violent, yeah? She's now going to give you an excuse why it's okay that Priscilla was there and that Priscilla had to go through it as well, that Priscilla was a victim of Michael Edwards as well, alleged Michael Edwards. But the thing that she forgets, Lisa Marie, when this abuse allegedly was happening, was a child. She was 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, yeah? Priscilla, I don't actually know the actual age, probably in her late 20s, yeah?
Only fighting physically, and Lisa Marie would hear her mother screaming. Okay? Let's be mindful of that. I'm going to say that a lot, actually. People who are in an abusive, controlling relationship, they feel like they're, maybe you and I don't understand that on a level because it's never happened to us, but we need to be mindful of the people who have. You can very easily judge Priscilla, or you can understand the relationship that she's in is a controlling one. Why people ask all the time, why doesn't the woman or the wife just leave the abusive relationship? Because it's not as simple as that. It's not like, you can't just jump into thinking someone is awful or that they are the abusive one. Priscilla, this may have been something that Priscilla felt that she couldn't leave. She was scared to leave. So keep that in mind. Like, all of these things we have to keep in mind. So another part here that Lisa says, there was a lot of violence in the house. I would hear my mom scream and cry. He'd be throwing shit. I wanted to protect her. I didn't know how. So this section kind of wraps up when Priscilla finds out that he's having an affair on her. And he would be able to manipulate his way back. Even if she had caught him with someone else, he was able, as in Lisa's words, he had turned into a puppy dog again, begging her to go back to him.
Right, guys, just so you know that she's talking about Michael Edwards being unfaithful to Priscilla, yeah? And that he would go back like a puppy dog. Priscilla was being unfaithful as well, guys. We know about Richard Gere, but other people as well. They had a bit of an open relationship, guys.
Just the words that Lisa Marie is using, he had turned into a puppy dog. She's describing how he was. Puppy dogs are non-threatening. So he could flip it that quick. This is a manipulator. This is basically a sociopath. Priscilla was obviously being physically abused by him. So was Lisa Marie. But it's just not that easy, folks. It's not that easy to leave. And I really hope that if you do come across those videos that is really Priscilla hating and just being ugly, saying just like the most ugliest things about her.
The truth.
You need to take a step back or 5 steps back and actually read the parts in this book instead of just, sort of interpreting them as Priscilla was allowing sexual abuse to go on. This was a woman who was being abused herself. And
oh my God. Right,
just like when you want to say,
I'm starting to get annoyed by this now, but come on, guys. We've all been parents. Most of us on here have been parents. Of course we blame Priscilla. Of course Priscilla must take responsibility of what happened to Lisa when she was between the age of 10 and 15. Of course we do. We can't turn around and say, oh, because my boyfriend abused me as well, that it doesn't matter what happened to Lisa, or it's not it's less important or we have less blame. No. Priscilla was in charge. Priscilla was the parent. Priscilla should be protecting her child. We protect our children. I protect my children. I have 5 here. I protect them. Yeah? So, of course, we see that Priscilla was responsible. We're not saying that Priscilla did it. We're saying she had a responsibility to keep her daughter safe, and she didn't. She was more interested in her career, in Michael Edwards, even leaving Lisa Marie alone with Michael Edwards. This is the mess up. And that doesn't mean we're haters. We're not haters because we see the wrongdoing of Priscilla, the neglect as a parent. We're exposing the wrongdoing to defend Elvis, to defend Lisa. We want the authorities to arrest Michael Edwards for this alleged abuse and investigate him, because at the moment it feels like it's been swept under the carpet. We want Priscilla to be investigated because she was the parent in charge of poor Lisa Marie. We also understand that Michael Edwards may have been abusive towards Priscilla. We understand that. She was a grown-up. She was an adult. Lisa Marie was a child who was seriously negatively affected for the rest of her life. This is why Lisa Marie, at such a young age, got into drugs and alcohol and chasing after boys, because she was damaged by the abuse at the hands of Priscilla and Michael Edwards. I know Michael Edwards did most of the damage. Don't forget, we also have the other twist of Scientology, of Priscilla placing Lisa Marie into Scientology. We have that as well. We also have Priscilla demanding a divorce from Elvis and running off with Michael Stone, the karate instructor, the karate champion, forcing Lisa Marie away from her father, Elvis Presley. Lisa Marie adored her father. Priscilla dragged her away to live with a stranger, guys, Michael Edwards. No, sorry, I'm getting my names mixed up. It's Michael Stone, the karate instructor. Priscilla drags Lisa Marie away at such a young age to live with a stranger, Mike Stone. Now, that's another story, but you get what I'm saying here, guys. All of Priscilla's decisions massively impacted poor Lisa Marie at such a young age. How old was she when her and Mike Stone got together? 1971. 3 years old, 4 years old. So we've got poor Lisa Marie, her life being completely ripped apart by her mother, Priscilla. Priscilla has to take responsibility for all these massive decisions that were made. The first massive decision was being unfaithful in 1968 when Lisa Marie was just a baby, unfaithful to Elvis. The next massive decision, to run off with Mike Stone and demand a divorce from Elvis and take Lisa Marie away from Elvis. And then it goes on. And eventually we get to living with Michael Edwards in an abusive relationship with a man who had a drug problem, a drink problem, a violence problem, an alleged abuse problem. Not just abusive to Lisa, but also abusive to Priscilla. Priscilla is responsible for everything that happened to Lisa Marie. It might not be her that did it. Michael Edwards allegedly was the abuser, but she did put her into Scientology. That happened, guys, and that must have done some serious damage. Let's keep going, guys.
I didn't she just leave then? It's not that easy. Go read some articles on women who try to leave their abusers. It's not easy. So please keep that in mind when you are making videos or you're posting things. And don't get me wrong, a lot of those videos are people who just won't clickbait. They are even the ones that have set up and filmed the entire book tour evening with, it's very scammy. And again, these are all my opinions, right? I know to admit that. But I do think that we need to be a little bit more mindful when it comes to those things. And I just wanted to, maybe I feel like I have to protect them. It's kind of how this whole book goes. Okay, but that's enough on that. Okay, I've said my piece. Let's move on. Some other really cool parts of this book. I really love the Michael Jackson part. It's under the chapter Mimi. Love that. I'm a huge Michael Jackson fan, by the way. I think that it was a really, really cool, really honest account of her relationship with Michael, and very interesting. She had a very interesting life. And
I mean, I'm not trying to belittle Michael Jackson, because I know that some of you are Michael Jackson fans, some of you are not. But it's interesting that she's sort of telling us off for defending Lisa Marie Priscilla. I said that wrong. For having strong views about Lisa Marie and Priscilla and what went on. But then she says, I'm a Michael Jackson fan. Now remember, Michael Jackson, there's some serious allegations of child abuse with Michael Jackson. And she's clearly saying she's a Michael Jackson fan. So you have to weigh this in to the mentality where she's sort of saying that Elvis was a paedophile, isn't she, really? Oh, we all know about the age, the age. I don't want to go into it, but we all know about the age. In other words, she's saying Elvis was seeing a 14-year-old. Isn't she saying that, yeah? Even though he wasn't, yeah? So this makes you understand why, really, secretly, she's a Priscilla fan, yeah? It's pretty clear that she's a Priscilla fan, yeah? Let's keep going, guys.
A lot of tragedy, too. But it is nice to hear how Lisa was coming out of that sort of dark time in her life, even though it was towards the end. But yeah, some really cool stories in here. This is a really good book for anybody who likes autobiographies, just learning about if you're, dealing with some struggles and grief. I think this would be a really good book for you. So let's move on to what the night with was like. So the one I went to was held at Belmont University.
Right, hang on.
If you're not familiar,
right. So I think
they kept telling.
I'm gonna just skip to the end because I need to go now, but I want to see the ending.
Not wanting to do that. Anyways, I think that the whole, at least the Nashville one, could have been a lot better. But that person through because this person made a video.
Greg, you off,
this person did an article on them. This person did a movie on them. This person did, a book on them. Like, you have all these different lenses, and you take those as fact and how it is. And I feel like if those people actually wanted to understand instead of hate on someone, and he would have just taken the time to just comprehend the sentence a little bit and be a little bit mindful and think of all the other people out there who may have gone through the same situation. And it would be pretty upsetting if you were to go and say something bad about somebody who's comparable to them in the same situation as being evil. Come on, don't do that. All right, y'all, pick this book up. It's fantastic. I know you'll just love it. But anyways, thanks so much for checking out this video. Hope you got something out of it. Hope you learned something. Hope you will take something with you from this video. All right, if it is something that you did like, hit that thumbs up. It'll help us climb out through the algorithm that is all of the Elvis videos of YouTube. It's a $35 ticket, and you got a book. Not better.
1 second, guys.
Yeah. So I guess with that, all of that to say, I hope you got something out of this video. I know it wasn't like the most upbeat video.
The ending bit.
Was that? I mean, I thought that was really strange, and so she just like the people who were checking the bags were yelling at people. I just thought that was weird. Like, okay, you barely even looked at them for one. Here you go. Signed. Something that Riley didn't want to better. But yeah, so I guess with that, all of that to say,
just trying to find one bit.
So spooky season, so I thought that was cool.
No, I can't find it, but it doesn't matter. I think we've covered it enough. Yeah, guys. So we've been here a long time. I've got to go. My wife wants me to get off as well. So I've really enjoyed this live stream. Now, in case this woman watches our channel, I just want you to know that I actually quite like your channel. I think your channel is quite good. You got it wrong about Priscilla. You got it wrong. You're making a mistake if you think you can tell the Elvis fans how they should think, how they should defend Elvis, whether or not we should ignore what Priscilla has done, the wrongdoing that Priscilla has done for the last 50 years. Yeah, we can't ignore it. We are not a Priscilla hate channel. I don't hate Priscilla. I'm not trying to incite hate for Priscilla. But we're going to expose her wrongdoing. We want an apology from Priscilla. We want a proper interview with the TV media, with someone like Piers Morgan, to finally give Priscilla the correct interview and ask the right questions about any kind of abuse towards Elvis, towards Lisa Marie, any kind of wrongdoing, financial wrongdoing, any kind of unfaithfulness, anything that Elvis had to go through that he has been blamed for, any hint of Elvis being called a groomer, a controller, a paedophile. We want all of that addressed with truth. We want Priscilla to admit all of the lies that are in this book, because this book is full of lies, yeah, and twisted truths. This book is a reinvention of history. Priscilla had the opportunity to write a book, to put things right, and instead she took advantage and tried to brainwash and mislead the whole world, the general public, and create her own truth, her own narrative. She tried to rewrite history, and the public fell for it, and I think you did as well. I think you have fallen for the brainwashing of this book. I really believe you, as an Elvis fan, need to do some proper research to really understand the wrongdoing of Priscilla that may have started as early as 1959. To really understand the unfaithfulness from Priscilla, how she treated Elvis in the divorce settlements, both of them, how she has treated Lisa Marie over the decades, even recently after Lisa Marie died, even recently with the film, Sofia Coppola's film, Priscilla. You need to understand what went on there behind the scenes. Lisa Marie did not want that film made. After Lisa Marie died, Priscilla went on to promote a film that Lisa Marie begged her not to make. Then we have the lawsuit with Riley Keough, where she tries to stop Lisa Marie's wishes being carried out after she died, where everything was to be given to the grandkids, Riley, Finley, and Harper. And she tries to say that the signature was fraud. Things were spelt wrong. She disputes her own daughter's last wishes. Then we have some very serious wrongdoing financially with Elvis Presley Enterprises and Barry Siegel. Yeah, there's so many things that have gone wrong here. So we have Priscilla Presley always saying that Elvis is the love of her life, even though she divorced him 4 years before he died and ran off with Mike Stone, the karate champion. She demands to be buried next to her dead ex-husband, God rest his soul, Elvis. Why would any divorcee that had divorced Elvis 4 years before he died want to be buried next to him? It doesn't make sense. Why would somebody who has had multiple boyfriends, one of them for over 20 years, keep saying again and again that Elvis is the love of her life? It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. We've now found out that she was living with an addict, an abuser, a violent man, allegedly for entertainment purposes, and that she didn't protect Lisa Marie from this wrongdoing, even though you say she may have also been abused herself. Priscilla was an adult. Lisa Marie was a child between the ages of 10 and 15 that had already been dragged away from her father by her mother. Remember, Lisa Marie was dragged away from Elvis at age 3 or 4 by her mother because her mother wanted sex with Mike Stone, the karate champion. The mother that had, in 1968, between around 10 weeks, maybe less, after Lisa Marie was born, Priscilla had sex with a dance instructor, Steve Peck. Less than a year after the marriage, Elvis fulfilled his promise. He got engaged, he got married, engaged and married to Priscilla. He fulfilled his promise. He may have been pressured into it, okay, but he did the right thing. Now, I think Elvis in 1966, in December, was going to give the marriage a go. Yeah, he got engaged, they got married, they had sex, they had the baby was born. Elvis fulfilled his promises. He decided to be faithful and loyal through that period. And then between 6 and 10 weeks after the baby's born, Lisa Marie, she is sleeping with another man, the dance instructor. She has admitted it in this book, page 262. Look it up. She calls him Mark, in case you don't know, page 262. So we have got many, 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 many things that have been done, not just wrongly to Elvis, but to Lisa Marie. And the public have been brainwashed and misled for the last 40 years, maybe longer, from the truth. This book has done a lot of damage because this is a book of lies, a book of lies. And many of the public have fallen for the bullshit, fallen for it. And we are here as defending Elvis and the bloodline. So that's Lisa Marie, Riley, Finney and Harper, Benjamin, Gladys and Vernon. We are here to defend. And the way we defend, we expose the wrongdoing, we expose the lies, we expose how we've been misled, how we've been brainwashed. Remember, the media, the TV companies, the news companies, the magazines, the tabloids have been following the storyline, the timeline of this book for nearly 40 years, a book of lies, even making a movie more than once following that timeline, which is not true. If we get any hint of truth, it is from this book, From Here to the Great Unknown. Lisa Marie puts her words onto 16 tapes, and Riley fulfills her promise to her mother to finish this book off and turns this into a bestseller, and she leaves the wrongdoing in the book for the world to know, for the media, for the authorities, for the police, for her family, for the fans to know the truth. It's here, not here. And this book will give you some idea of the real Priscilla, the real Priscilla. I'm going to end this by saying I don't hate Priscilla. I'm not trying to stir hate, but we must expose the truth to defend Elvis and his bloodline. And with you personally, I say to you, you must do a lot more research. I can see you're an Elvis fan. I think your channel has the makings of being a very good channel. Yeah, I quite like your videos. But you're getting it wrong. You are getting it wrong, and you are shooting yourself in the foot by telling Elvis fans that if they have opinions about Priscilla, they're haters. I repeat, you're shooting yourself in the foot if you think telling Elvis fans that if they have negative opinions about Priscilla, that they are haters, because you are so wrong. They are defending Elvis. We love Elvis. We love his bloodline. We want to defend him and protect him, and we are defensive to people that talk about him in the wrong way. And your so-called book review, that was not a book review. That was an opportunity to tell the fans off for defending Elvis, to tell the fans off for having opinions on Priscilla Presley. She's not even called Priscilla Presley. She gave that name up years ago. Look into the lawsuit with Bridget Cruz. You'll learn a lot. There's a lot more. I could go on and on and on and on. Now, if I've upset you, this is to the YouTube channel. Yeah. I don't mean to upset you. I try and do what I'm doing with respect. Beyond Graceland is the name of the channel, guys. Yeah. Let's see if we can get focus. Beyond Graceland. She seems like a good channel. I think you're a nice person, but you haven't done your research. You need to. Now you're welcome to join us. We have nothing against you, no hard feelings. You can join our live streams anytime you want. And we will help educate you so you do understand the truth. We know Elvis is no angel. We know Elvis made mistakes. We know, yeah? We've done a lot of research. But you are damaging Elvis's image, reputation, and legacy with that. That wasn't a book review. That was I'm going to tell off people that have strong opinions about Priscilla. That's what that was. Come back, do a proper book review, because this book is amazing. This book is amazing, okay? And I do it with respect, from kindness, from a place of love, from a good-hearted place, yeah? I send you love. I send you an olive branch. I have nothing against you. No hate. You're very welcome to join us whenever you want. Okay, guys, that's it. That's as much as this has been a long live stream. I knew it was going to be. Thank you so much. How many of you have been here since the beginning? It's 2.5 hours long, guys. 2.5 hours. How do we do 2.5 hours live stream? Obviously, I always say the same thing. If you like what I do, get us a coffee. Hit the super thank you. You know, the usual stuff, guys, usual stuff. So I really think we've had a lovely time. I've drank 2 coffees and a tea. And I really enjoyed just with you guys chilling out. There's been a good 50 of you watching this morning, which is pretty good because many of you are asleep in America. So wherever you are in the world, thank you for joining me. If you're just waking up now, you are going to really enjoy this live stream. It's very interesting. And that's it, guys. I'm out of here. It's funny how time slips away. Thank you, Salvatore and Bernie and Gio and Emily and Linda and David, Teresa and Finola. Let's have a look. Let's get some names in. Deborah's awake. Yay. Emily, Teresa, David. So all of you guys, Nicola. I know some of you have gone now because it was a very long. We've got Tamara, Satnim. Just so many of you guys that have joined this morning. Did I say David and Jane and Linda, Debbie? Just look. So if I've missed any names, I'm really sorry, guys. Elaine, of course. Salvatore. Just hidden mice. A big shout to Renee. Please jump over and subscribe to Renee's brilliant YouTube channel. Thank you, Renee, for joining us. See you later, guys. See you later, alligator. Take it easy. From the UK. Love to all of you.